This is Jimmy.
Nuclear launch detected.
Right on.
Hey there, StarCraft fans. It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War. Today it's going to be remastered. You know that. It's going to be on POLYPOID. It is Sharp versus SOULKEY. This map has a lot of incredible games. This is a DEF CON 1 replay from RJB, which tells you all you need to know. Top right, it's going to be SOULKEY. And in the bottom right, it's going to be Sharp from our finals of SSL Season 1. SSL 2 is coming, you guys. The qualifications are underway. And as soon as I know the first match, when it's going to be, I will let you know. Tulbo's watching, and Superpower Pig is also watching. I have no idea who those players are, but if they're watching SOULKEY versus Sharp, then they are probably professional gamers under Smurf names. Alright, POLYPOID here. Overlord scouting the wrong direction, but having fun doing it. That's right, man. It's just a nice day here on POLYPOID. It's a nice jungle tile set. We have weird rocks rising up out of the earth here. We have a what looks to be an abandoned research station of some kind. Maybe a military base. Maybe a prototype nuclear missile launcher there. And this fan, I don't know. Maybe it's a windmill that is powering that base by underground wires. I do not know. So, walling off for an expansion. Here is Sharp against SOULKEY. Oh, what a tall order. What a tall order it is to play against SOULKEY these days, man. He's a Bonjour in my book at this point, and if he wins SSL 2, that is basically cementing him as one of the best Bonjours ever, in my opinion. But, according to RJB, the Korean Brood War scene does not accept SOULKEY as a Bonjour. They say Flash is the last and best Bonjour that they will ever accept into the Bonjour club. And I don't know why, right? I just thought Bonjour is just a level that you get to. I didn't realize you had to be accepted into it, like a secret club or something. If you have information on that, let me know in the comments. I would like more information. So, blocking the ramp here with this drone. Hurry. Win. And the SCV gets inside anyway. The SCV scouts and says, look. It's a spawning pool. Oh, with no gas. Early third, maybe? Oh, blocking the gas. Here is Sharp. Dude. Excellent block there, this drone. Knows you're expanding. And gas timing here from Sharp. Yeah, gas timing. It's going to be an SK Terran play here. So, taking your first gas at your natural base. Just zerg things when you get when you get your gas stolen. So an SCV and a Marine are out on the map here, but not early enough to be a bunker play. Just, you know, a little bit of a poke. Put some Fear of Terran into SOULKEY. Every little bit of Fear of Terran you can put into SOULKEY in a match helps. First 100 gas here into a lair, and then second 100 gas into a metabolic boost. Speed upgrade for those Ling's Academy showing up. Got ourselves an engineering bay with a +1 before. Well, not before the Mutalisks come, but early nonetheless. And yeah, all is well here on POLYPOID. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe, man. We are about 200 subscribers from 68,000 subscribers on YouTube. Holy Hannah, what a good time. What a good time it's been here for the Brood War over the years. StarCraft 2 I started off with, and I introduced Brood War in 2016, about a year after I started my YouTube channel. And then it was StarCraft 2 and Brood War for a while, but then Brood War totally took over, and I moved StarCraft 2 to the other channel, and that's been the history of the channel thus far. The 10-year anniversary of this very YouTube channel was last Friday. Incredible stuff, February 28th. Metabolic Boost is on the way. Thanks everyone who stopped by the stream that day and just said hello and wished me well in my next 10 years. It's going to be a good time. Going to be a good time out here for sure. So SCV scouting out. Trying to see got a third base yet? No, little surprised by that. Little tiny bit surprised by that. Spire is on the way over here. Macro hatch there as well. Planning on going pretty heavily into Mutalisks based on that macro hatch being inside the main base. And SCV says, are you sure you don't have a third base? Like right here maybe? No, came back around. Even scouted that. Now the drone comes out when the SCV is dead. And now we're going to check and see what's going on. Well, not going to be able to check and see what's going on as this third base does actually come up. Range upgrade for the Marines. Fancy pantsy. Calm set to scan the Zerg player. See what's going on. See what's up. Spire takes forever to build. That +1 attack is well on its way, as I said. And missile turrets should begin fairly soon here, I would say. There's the scan. Sees the Spire. Sees the second hatch. Sees the gas. Rocking and rolling. And the second gas. Well, this is the second gas, isn't it? Second gas rocking and rolling here. But yeah, going to have range for Marines. Going to have stim for Marines. Going to have +1 attack for Marines. All the upgrades a Marine could ever ask for when they're fighting against the Swarm, and especially against the SOULKEY Swarm. Now, there you go. 9 mutas popping up. 6 minutes, 6:15 or so. Turret production needs to begin now. Come on, Sharp. Turret production. Let's go. You need to start them now. There we go. Missile turret. Second missile turret. Marines popping out a little bit. And I think they lost a Marine if I heard a Marine death sound properly there. And I'm pretty sure I did. Haven't had my hearing checked in a while, but it seems to work pretty effectively when I'm casting StarCraft, if nothing else. And here come the Mutals. Mutalisks on the wind and on fire. Turrets ready to go. Little Marine assistance here too, getting hits off. 3 turrets inside or nearby the main mineral line. Mutas getting the heck on out of there. And Marines trying to cover the natural base as well. Interestingly enough, it's a pretty heavy investment into mutas, but not a +1 attack investment into mutas. Instead, going for the Hydra Den a little bit earlier, going to get that lurker aspect out in order to defend against these Marines that it's time for them to move out on the map. We know how this works for them, right? Move out on the map. Try not to get whittled down to a tiny group that gets wiped out by Lings and mutas before you get to your target, which is the top left. Right? It's a hard game to play against an elite Zerg player, and especially against SOULKEY. Yeah, there's that whittling, but a Marine did kill a Mutalisk there. So, I mean, hey, small victories, yeah. +1 armor. On the way from Sharp, gonna love that. Getting a factory, too, but probably just for starports for... Could be Valks. It's a little bit late if it's going to be Valkyries. Probably just going to be for Science Vessels instead. Lurker aspect is on the way. Let's see. Should make some Hydras. Probably here. Park them on the ramp, morph them into lurkers as soon as you can. 3 Sunkens, 4 Sunkens, 5 Sunkens at the front of the natural base. He recognizes how many Marines there are. And no lurkers because no lurker aspect, right? Mutas are going to have to fight with these Sunkens if Sharp commits into the natural, but no. He takes a hard left, like he's going to head out to the third base instead, which, yes, 2 Hydras in production, 3 Hydras in production. If these mutas can just buy enough time, these mutas and lings can buy enough time for lurker aspect to finish, SOULKEY's going to be okay. The best Zerg players walk a fine line between having what they need to deal with an incoming attack and not having what they need to deal with an incoming attack. If they have everything they need to deal with an incoming attack 3 minutes before it shows up, that actually hurts them. Because they should be using those resources and those larvae on drones instead. You want to have what you need right when you need it. And look at that. Look at this lurker egg timing right when he needed it. That's what I'm talking about here. Queen's Nest coming in. These Marines, good luck busting through this egg. It's got 10 armor on it, which means you're doing half damage per shot. Now lurkers burrow in. Lurker spines coming down the ramp. Lurker gets away and burrows before it dies. Oh, man. Brutal stuff here from Sharp. It's like, man, you can do everything right. You can show up right when you need to, and you are just 4 seconds too late. It's not fair, and it is not. You are correct about that. Science facility on the way. Working on a plus, that +1 armor still coming in. Yeah, still +1 armor for the infantry. Second engineering bay would be pretty sweet, and no sign of a third base here either for Sharp, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and get upgrades. We're going to keep getting medics. We're going to get some science vessels out. We're going to try to bust that third base. I love the bunker at the front. I like it a lot. Honestly, building a bunker at this stage of the game to deal with Ling Muto shenanigans is pretty awesome. Yeah, free Lings there. Nice pick off. 38 to 46 workers are pretty even at this stage of the game. But Hive is on the way. We all know how dangerous every Zerg player is when they have that Hive. So how do we deal with it? Do we try to get in here before the Defiler Mound is done? Do we do a drop? Maybe do we build drop ships out of it? No, I go for science vessels. Not drop ships. Kind of love the idea of drop ships here, especially before the Defiler Mound is even really started yet. I mean, yes, there are Scourge. Yes, there are Mutalisks. Yes, there are Lurkers and Lings. Yes, this is all staged to prepare for potential drops. So, it's going to be hard. It'd be really hard to get in here against SOULKEY's drop preparation. It's not coming, mind you. There are no drops on the way. There are no drop ships out on the map. But at the same time, you know, you never know, do ya? More science vessels, Irradiate, Adrenal, Defiler Mound, Nidus, all of the pieces of the puzzle coming in here from SOULKEY. Looking really good. Third base, under construction here from Sharp. It looks like maybe he tried and he got shut down by Lings earlier, which is a little bit frustrating, but hey. At least Zerg doesn't have a fourth base yet. Knock on wood, this Marine's just here to make sure you don't get it easy, and this Marine's doing the exact same thing. You can't just send a drone to expand. Right here, too. You just can't send an SCV to expand. You gotta send more than that, and I think that explains why there was debris over here at the third base. Mutas might try to jump on this. Oh, man, this actually looks like it might be enough. Ah, the Marines are spread out, too. They've got a 1-1 upgrade, though. They're pretty beefy against 0-0 Mutalisks. Can't be too mad about that. If you're a Zerg player, like, well, that didn't go well, but he invested in upgrades, so can't be too mad at him. Science Vessels join the party. They have enough energy for an Irradiate and an Irradiate, so they can get 2 of the 3 Lurkers here at the third base. Nidus Canal, actually, there are more Lurkers already here. Macro hatches, yes. Too many Lurkers for these guys to irradiate their way through. I'm sorry to tell you, Terran fans, but it's not enough. Simply, it's not enough. 2 is less than 3, and 2 is less than 5, and 2 is less than infinite Lurkers that can come out of this Nidus at any point. Yeah, ready for Dark Swarm if necessary. Rebuilding the Lurkers. Maybe going to come down and try to take a 4th base. Big fan there. Ah, the Mutas. The split is not happening. Oh, no! What? Sharp did not split at all against that. He was too busy going up here to defend his own 3rd. Well, his own 4th base, that's coming up, and his 3rd simultaneously. Holy Sharp. Hang on a second. That big hit on that Marine flock was impressive. 4th base coming in bottom left. Overlord doesn't have any vision on that down there. I thought there were some Lings down here, but maybe they got cleared out. Yeah, this guy's got 2 kills. Maybe he killed those 2 Marines and he's ready to go. We're working on Science Vessel Energy upgrade. Okay. Radiates on Defilers is nice. Scourge making no connections on Science Vessels. Defiler dies without getting a single spell cast off. Okay. Sharp. Maybe Sharp doing it. Doing well. Doing exceptionally well here. Big fan. Big fan of what this guy can do. Ultralisk Cavern is on the way. Dark Swarm already present. We've seen it. Defilers are out. We've seen a Dark Swarm. We haven't seen any Plagues yet, and we haven't seen Defilers really provide any huge amounts of value. Ah, snap. The Cracklings got down to the 4th base. Why is there nothing down here to defend it? Why is there nothing down here to defend this 4th base? Why is there not a bunker? Why are there not even like a couple Firebats and Marines? These Lings just walked down like they own the joint and took it down. Okay, free medics are also maybe not anything you want to donate there. Beautiful Dark Swarm. Beautiful Dark Swarm. Yeah, it goes from, oh man, I was donating these Lings to those Marines to, oh, who's donating what? Yeah, that's beautiful. That is a beautiful engagement here from SOULKEY. Just bringing enough. Just bringing enough down this way. 1 Defiler, 1 Irradiate, 1 Dark Swarm, 1 Lurker, right? The number here is 1. You can land the 4th base now, but the SCVs. He hasn't landed it. He's too busy trying to defend his own 3rd base this way. Or is that the 4th? I don't know. Not sure when this came up, actually. The brown kind of melts into the brown there. Might have to lift off the CC. You can't just let it die, Sharp. Sharp just lets it die. A Metasynaptic Node, +1 arrow weapons, and a Physics Lab on the way. Good irradiates and all the things. Counter Plague. It didn't save the base, unfortunately. Lifting it would have saved it, too. And landing this earlier would have saved a bunch of SCVs an extra trip all the way down here to the 6 o'clock. So Sharp kind of fumbling a little bit here, man. He loses this base for absolutely no reason. Could have lifted it. No problem. He's making battle cruisers. You know how Falcon feels about the battle cruisers, yeah? Yes. Flyer Carapace is on the way. Building barracks down on the bottom left. Interesting idea. Almost like a Protoss player building gateways in a corner base far away from the main, like expecting it to die and setting up additional production facilities here. Interesting. Lings, Scourge, and Defilers are coming in here. There it is. I love the Firebats. It's a heavy Firebat comp. But if those guys get plagued, it's going to be a bad time. Urgu gets the Defiler early, but loses both Science Vessels because he simply doesn't pull them back far enough. That's all that was. But now, getting up the ramp's impossible because you don't have any Defilers. So, I don't know. 2 Science Vessels for a Defiler is not a good trade. But it bought this bottom left corner a little bit more time. Like, a new Defiler has to be sent down now to deal with that, and that's just not happening. SOULKEY taking a 12 o'clock 5th base. Love that from him. His Lings have a 2-2 upgrade because, of course, he does. The Marines and Firebats are at 2-1. The battle cruisers are getting Yamato. I don't know what the battle cruisers are going to do when they show up, but they're very close to popping, and there they are. A battle cruiser operational, as they would say. This group halfway getting wiped out, then the Firebats show up and do some cleaning of their own. Cleaners. As they're called in the Division. I don't know, really like the game, like playing through it. It was fun. Mainly because there are these dudes called Cleaners that run around with flamethrowers and like propane tanks on their backs, and if you shoot the propane tank, then it springs a leak and it explodes and kills the cleaner and his buddies who are nearby. It is one of the most satisfying things in all of video games, in my opinion. Hey, also satisfying sniping science vessels. Well, at least the battle cruisers are fighting with the army. It's this not an example of battle cruisers just off on their own trying to get stuff done. And okay, now maybe they are. Now maybe that's what's happening. Yeah, plagued battle cruisers, not enough to bring them down to super low HP, but with 2 plagues, now we're in business. So the ultras are here. They don't have anabolic synthesis yet, but it's going to finish. Done now, running into this 4th base of Sharp. The bunkers are trying to hold. There are no siege tanks here. 1 bunker dies. The circle and hug of life on that bunker is all that we can do right now from a Terran perspective. Buying time for the bunker to live. Actually repairing it. There you go. When it repairs to full, they'll stop repairing, and he holds. He holds down here because extra reinforcing Marines did join this party. Defiler, no. Why do you keep sending Lings down here like you're going to do anything without your Defiler friends? Okay, free Ultra is free. Maybe not free, but relatively speaking, pretty darn free. Guys going 3-port battle cruiser. 3-port. Did the other battle cruisers live? Did we send them back and repair them? No, they are 1 plagued. They're not 2 plagued, which is nice. Filer! No, but the Firebats in the bunkers, though. Sick Firebat inside bunker dealing with these Lings. Okay, and actually trying to deal with this Lurker too a little bit. Okay, now the Firebats are not very good against the Ultralisk. It runs down into this base. And then, nope, dies. What the heck was that? I don't know why that Ultralisk do that. Get inside the mineral line, Ultralisk. You had a free path. Where are the battle cruisers? What are they doing? These guys are just parked here. Where are the other 2? Here's 1 more. Science Vessel wandering on over. Firebat not being repaired. Dealing with Ultralisks more than anything else. The bottom left base is in shambles. In shambles, I say. Did the battlecruisers just die? There's probably a pair of battlecruisers somewhere on this map that have just been dead. Fully back from the bottom left. We even plagued the command center just for the fun of it. These battlecruisers alone, unsupported, not harassing, not really requiring anything to kill them either because they're in the middle of the map, which is a non-militarily important objective. There's no reason. Oh, the Yamato from 8 miles away. Oh, did it miss? Can you miss a Yamato shot? And Sharp taps out. Hold up. I gotta back that out. Yeah, so that was just SOULKEY being SOULKEY, man, and Sharp making battle cruisers, and I actually kind of want to figure out what happened to those other BCs too. All right, please hold. I just want to know what the target. Oh, I see. Well, that answers that mystery. That's what happened to those 2 battle cruisers. These guys, however, still have avoided death despite taking a plague. Good on them. This whole thing happens. Yeah, tanks would be better. Just saying it. Tanks would be better than battle cruisers against Ling Ultra. We've seen mech defeat Ultra Ling many a time before. Maybe not against SOULKEY. Maybe it's too difficult to pull it off. But, dude. Alright, I want to see if what he's Yamato's at dies. It's hard to know exactly what's being targeted with Yamato, though. It's got to be this guy, right? Dude, it missed. I didn't know you could miss with Yamato. Like, maybe it's because it went into the fog of war? And the tracking got lost while it was powering up, so it fired at the last known location of the Ultra, but then went into the fog of war, and it couldn't actually hit the Ultra itself? I don't know. I feel like I should know more about this. I didn't think Yamatos could miss, though. Very, very weird stuff. Anyway, really classic game from SOULKEY, right? Barely holds this top left, barely has lurker eggs ready to go. Comes down, takes a 4th, takes a 5th. Cruises on out. Ultras show up at this base right when anabolic synthesis finishes. Right? Doing a ton of work down that way. The guy invests in 3-port battle cruiser. The battle cruisers do almost nothing. They do require a lot of Scourge to kill, which is pretty much their only saving grace. And that's a win for SOULKEY. So, I don't know. I wouldn't really label that a DEFCON 1 replay from RJB. That's what he kind of told me it was, but maybe he wasn't as enthusiastic about it as normal, because that was just kind of SOULKEY being SOULKEY. End of the day, though, does outproduce Sharp, gets outkilled by Sharp, and structures raised 13-0, 0-0-0. Zerg buildings died here today. The outspend by SOULKEY is pretty intense and awesome. And that's it. So that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button if you like what you saw today, and subscribe if you want. You can also catch me at Twitter, Facebook, also on Instagram and TikTok and Blue Sky, and every single social media platform that you're on. Want some StarCraft in your social media feed? Subscribe to Falcon Paladin. And that's it for me. So again, thanks for watching. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.